Oh boy. Are we live for the second time on one day? What's up, everyone? How are you doing? So, I see chat is awake. Second time in one day, and I have an explanation for why. So, I just came home from my speaking gig that I did at a school in Delft. So, as a keynote speaker, I had to speak at that event. I just came back. I don't have time to do my analysis, look at the chart because a lot has happened. And as promised, if a lot would happen, I would try to come back in time to do a live stream because I know I don't have time to prepare a video, record the video, upload it, do the settings and the timestamps and all that stuff. So I prefer to just immediately go live, and we can just do it live on stream, right? We can look at what's been happening. And I also like to speak in today's stream, or the second stream today, I want to reflect on what we went over during the noon stream, right? The 1 p.m. stream. And the probabilities Elliott Wave wise, and what changed when, what changed eventually in the scenario as price pushed up and not down, which is very interesting, of course. So, because from an Elliott Wave point of view, as mentioned in the stream earlier, it looked like from an Elliott Wave point of view, right, a three-wave structure was nice, but with all those bullish CVD divergences, there was pressure to the upside, and I was a bit, like you felt a bit in the middle. So we're going to reflect on this piece of price action over here as well, what happened, and the signs for that potential push towards the upside, and also, of course, how this fits in the general context from an Elliott Wave point of view with also the medium time frame scenarios, right? So that's what we're going to do. Before I jump into it, you gotta love being a speaker, right? As a speaker, you always get stuff, and I got some cool stuff to show you before we actually jump in. While I'm trying to fix my windows here on my second screen, there we go. So first of all, I got a brand new bottle. That's of course, like as a speaker you get paid, but very often you get like small things, right? Which is nice. So I got this bottle with like a cork bottom. How nice is that, right? That's the school. Haagse Onderwijs Academie. It's an organization with multiple schools, I suppose. So that's a nice like water bottle. I also got this mini retro like small little thing, right? I didn't even open it yet. So I have no idea what it looks like. So this is just before we jump in, right, guys? I just want to tell you a little bit about my life, I suppose, and show you what I've been up to this afternoon, which was also the reason we had to go. Oh, there you go. Wow, that's like a little pocket thing. Look at that, eh? Makes me think of the old days, no? So I got this one from speaking as well. So got the bottle as a present. Got this little Game Boy Color type of thing as a present as well. I have no idea what games I can play. I did not do my research, but I think like simple games. Oh, tank battle, race car, frog crossing, and shooting game, brick game, play ball, ping pong, and snake game. Okay, wow, 8 games in this small little machine. I can use it. And then finally, I got a book as well called Asocial Media, which goes against the use of, not necessarily against the use of social media, but it goes against what social media use to make you not addictive per se, but want to use social media, if you know what I mean, which is also a topic I spoke about today. So now that we've went through the little presents that I got for speaking earlier today, and that's the benefits as a keynote, guys. If you have the opportunity to become a keynote speaker, if you know a lot about your stuff, just register yourself at a speaker agency. I'm now speaking for 6-7 years. I accidentally rolled into it. I was never meant to be a speaker. But I speak globally, and oh boy, besides it's good value for money, or value versus time, money versus time, income-wise, you always get these little things, right? It's great stuff. It's great stuff. Anyway, what's up? So, LJ, Daywald, Marcus Lenzer, what's up? How you guys doing? Wow, that's a name and a half. A-offline Drum, how you doing? Soft Spore, greetings. Crypt Invest, 2 lives, 1 day. I know, right? I know. Some people enjoy the lives more than the videos, some don't. I understand because it's not as condensed, right? But I explained why I go live. I don't have time for a video because I want to cover the price section. And if I record a video, I first need to do TA, then I need to record and get a proper recording because it can take a while. Then upload it, timestamp, you know, by the time I'm finished, it's going to take an hour anyway. So I prefer to be live at the time that you expect content to come online, which is around 7 p.m. Instead of 8 p.m., right? Flotty, what's up? How you doing? Chart Willem, always happy to catch the live stream, make time in my busy day. Thanks, man. Welcome. I'm happy to have you here. We're happy to have you here. What team as well? Thanks for the second chat. What's up, Davey? QZ World, this time you're early. Let's see what's gebeurd. Exactly. Yeah, little Game Boy. Shanuka Dilshan Fernando. Hey, Ko. What's up, man? Stefan. Hello from Tirol. Someone's in the mountains. Someone is skiing. I actually used to be a snowboard teacher, by the way. I can show pictures if you're interested of me teaching kids. So in the Netherlands, that is, in the Netherlands, not in Tirol. No. But I went to, like, I love, you know, I'm a snowboard dude. Where enter short position, that's up to your personal plan and personal strategy. I can only advise you one thing. It's no financial advice, but general advice, that if there are pumps like this, right, you don't want to guess where the top is, okay? You don't want to try and catch the knife unless, like, it's part of your strategy. You know, like, if it's part of your strategy, you're good. There's enough knives to catch, I suppose. But in general, you don't want to catch knives, you don't want to YOLO, and you don't want to FOMO into any positions. You want to have a plan, entry requirements that fit your plan, tick all the boxes, and then enter in a position if your entry requirements are hit. And actually, I spoke about this in Silver with Daywalt earlier today. Look, over here, Daywalt said that he learned the hard way and he has 7 boxes to tick. This is from my personal trading strategy, right? I have 9 boxes for an A setup and 3 more for an A+ setup. And those are all the different things that I look for before I enter a position. And if they're not ticked, I'm not entering a position, right? So the only thing that I learned the hard way, especially for the more beginning traders here, I know it's difficult, but don't FOMO, don't YOLO, and don't catch knives, right? Keep these in your mind. I also repeat this in videos more often. Don't try to guess where the top is. Don't try to guess where the bottom is. You know, like, preferably, in my opinion, I like to wait for a range. If I would look for short positions, right? I would like to wait for a bit of a range. Maybe you get a bit of a reversal and a retracement, maybe a market structure change, CVD divergences, stochastic RSI, and maybe we push. And that's fine. You saved yourself a stop loss hit if you want to short, right? So you need a plan. And a plan is based on statistics, is based on the tools you love to use. So make sure to put a lot of time in making a plan. It's like that story where you can cut down a tree, right? And you can spend 5 to 6 hours trying to cut a tree, or you spend 4 out of the 5 hours sharpening your axe, and then you cut down the tree in 1 hour. Meaning, spend 4 out of your 5 hours in looking for the tools you love to use, tracking statistics on those tools, build your strategy, and once you got your strategy and your entry requirements, the only thing you have to do is cut down the tree, meaning just tick the boxes, enter a position, and off you go, right? That's the best, in my opinion, trading-wise, that's probably the best thing you can do. But just a little quick advice, don't try to catch the top, please. Of course, it looks great, you know, you can post it in all sorts of groups. If people try to, oh, look, 100x short sniped at the top. Probably they tried it here and here and here and here and here and here and here, and then finally they got one. Trade safe, trade responsibly, risk management, number 1. Focus on your losers, don't focus on your winners. But in this case, from an Elliott Wave perspective, I want to first see a range, or I want to see a rejection, see how the waves form, maybe, you know, and then whatever you're looking for in that range, and then eventually you could look for downside. But if you see a pump like this with volume increasing, it's never a good idea to try and just catch the short, I suppose. Because what if it goes here and you try the same? You could short, or I mean, this was at least for a short period of time a good one. Then you try it here, then you try it here, and before you know it, we're at like 60K and you kept shorting, right? So we also have to change perspective sometimes, like, hey, it's just bullish market structure. Maybe I have to look for longs instead, Anyway, that's what we're going to cover as well, because of course we're going to go over Elliott waves, different time frames, and we're going to reflect on what happened over here in comparison to the previous video. Joel Jurez. Wait, actually, let me do this again so you guys know where I am with catching up on everything. So Joel Jurez, what's up? How you doing? Good to see you. Could be an ABC. Yeah, that's what we're gonna check. Absolutely. From 28.2 towards 28. ABC from 28.2 towards 24.8. And now reject 27.6. Yeah, there is some resistance over here at 27.6. I don't know the ABC from 28 to 24. Oh, wait. Wait, do you mean this? ABC? Yeah, there is a possibility, but that's part of a bigger WXY. So if a W zigzag, then this is already your X. That's quite a relatively short X, but then this is X, right? And then you have another 5, 3, 5 in a zigzag, WX, and then a Y. There is potential, but we'll go over the different scenarios and my thoughts as well. What's up, Samith? 2 lies in a row, I know, right? It's because I came back from a speaking gig. No time to make a video. Instead, better to go live. Target 24. Yeah, I like the lower targets before the 30K. Yeah, let's. I'm very interested now in counting this. Like my hands are tingling. My hands are tingling. Okay, so what do? We get our ass started. I like the bottle. It's a nice little present from the speaking thing. Okay, then. Let's first focus on what happened locally before I go into higher time frames. So in the stream earlier today, you probably noticed I was somewhat confused or not completely sure from a probabilities perspective, Elliott wave wise, right? This move down over here looks like a 5-wave structure. A wave C, A, or 1 is then the question. For this to be a wave C, it has to be part of a expanding flat, or any flat, really, regular flat, expanding flat, or a running flat. Now then the question is, if this is a wave C, what's the flat? A, B, C? That would be a running flat because it didn't take these lows. Running flats are very rare, so they never have the highest probability, which means that if they happen, you're usually wrong with the Elliott wave scenario. Because they are so rare, you usually look at other things, right? The other option is that this move down is a 3-wave structure, which, I mean, if you look at it, it looks very 5-wave, so I would prefer a wave C of something. Could this be an A, B, C? Well, on my Coinbase chart, these lows have not been taken. So we have the same problem. It's like a running flat. However, on the Binance chart that I believe Daywalt sent me earlier today, these lows have been taken. So interestingly, not all charts are aligning. Over here again, actually, that's the second time. Same with the 24K low. But most importantly, what I was saying is, yeah, we have like a 5-wave structure here. This looks, it ground over here as well, right? And with the morning update, somewhere over here, I said, okay, I'm at least looking for resistance here, right? And then observe. Now, during the live stream, which was somewhere around this area here, we saw that push, we saw the range, and before the drop happened, I was out again, right? And during that live stream, we spoke about CVD divergences. Of course, you know, it's a tool I love to use. If you don't know what CVD divergences are or how to trade CVD, make sure to check out the video on my homepage, right? It's called CVD for Beginners or something like. So I think that would be very valuable for newer viewers here. And if you go to Discord, you go to the Good to Know channel, then over here, you have a CVD one paper. All you have to know included a link to that video, right? So, tada. Also the template, CVD template and everything, right? So that's this. So if we go to CVD, and this is the template, no? Then what we saw in this range to the upside, hitting resistance, is bullish CVD divergences. And it made me doubt, and I gotta be honest, and the silver members that are now watching, and the gold members, by the way, they know that I was confused with the price action here, because I was like, look, from an Elliott Wave perspective, it makes sense to go down because it looks like a 5-waver. Running flat is rare. 5, 3, 5 going down, looking for support here, and then a move to the upside, right? That's something that I was looking for, right? And then a potential A, B, C. So eventually a move to the upside, right? That was one of these scenarios. But the problem that I mentioned in the stream, but especially to silver and gold after the stream is, and that caused the confusion, is constantly having the bullish CVD divergences. And when I am looking for a 5-3-5 zigzag or a 1-2-3 to the downside, I want to see local bearish CVD divergences, not bullish CVD divergences. So if we then zoom in here, first of all, we had bullish CVD divergences here, but that can happen, right? That's at the low of the move. That's nice, causes a move to the upside. Most importantly, once you hit resistance, you want to see bearish CVD divergences coming in. Right? So what happened? We zoom in. First of all, I think I might go up to the 15 over here. Yeah, that's better. So first of all, over here, right? Price making a higher low. But look at yellow. Look at the dip here on CVD, right? A little bit of a bullish CVD divergence here on yellow. No? Then more locally here, higher low on price, lower low on blue. See my horizontal cursor line on the right? Check this bit, right? You see it's below my horizontal cursor line. Lower low on blue, higher low on red. Again, bullish CVD divergences. So then price moved to the upside. All nice, all good, right? And then it came down again. And it comes down again. And what do we see? Higher low in price, but look at yellow. Lower low on the CVD once again. It was almost pissing me off because I was like, wait, you know, where's the bearish ones? There's no bearish ones. So of course a push is expected. Higher low in price, lower low on the CVD, bullish CVD divergence. Now, what I also mentioned is I prefer to look for CVD divergences on the right side of a new high or low. Of course, in a like uptrend, I suppose, these bullish divs are relevant. So a CVD from this low to these lows is for me less relevant than looking for CVD divergences on the right side of a new high or low. Now this is when I had to go to my speaking event. So this is the bit of price action that I didn't really see because I was traveling. However, what we see here for the ones that kept an eye on CVD when I was gone, right? Higher low on price, lower low on blue. Check my horizontal cursor line, look to the right. Okay, so even more bullish CVD divergences. And now we're talking about this bit here, right? So again, bullish CVD over here. So 1 over here, this was 2, played out, took the high. Then another one from the low to the higher low, played out, took the high, coming down, more bullish CVD divergences, like holy moly, where the target is taking this high when you have a divergence here. And well, it was off to the races really after that, no? Even here you have a green candle with CVD moving down. 2 green candles, CVD moving down on both of these candles, meaning that I call that an in-candle CVD. So there's more sellers, market sellers, than market buyers in these 2 candles, but they close green, right? That's a bullish sign, especially if you start building CVD divergences like this. Once you see that inside resistance, sure, yeah, that's a long opportunity, no? So yeah, very, very, very interesting. And then I was speaking at my gig, and here we are at the moment. So the CVD divergences were not in line with the higher probability Elliott Wave scenario. I mentioned both, but that was the reason for my confusion. When I'm confused, you know, like it's of course it gets a bit messy. It's like, oh man, in my head, oh, Elliott Wave wise, okay, maybe this, but bullish CVD divergences are not following the Elliott Wave scenario. And for me, CVD is a very important tool. It takes a lot of practice to use it. Of course, it looks very easy, right? But yeah, it just kept building, and that's what I said in silver as well. I want to see bearish CVD divergences against resistance, right? Else it's just not interesting. So yeah, we got that push to the upside now. And of course, now the question is, from an Elliott Wave point of view, what's up? No. One thing, we are again at resistance, so we can at least make this one white. We crossed through. Could still be important in case price would come down. Can act as support. Reason being, we kind of smashed through it. So just like here, we hit the support box. I kept it on the chart just in case, came down again to the same level, and then we left off, right? That's a nice example, funny enough. So yeah, resistance area here, 27.1, 27.3, right? That's a resistance area you have seen me talking about a lot of times. Okay. That is the reflection over here. About, like, yeah, basically sharing my thoughts on this piece of price action. Could this be a running flat? Yeah, it's I have one problem, and I'll explain. And I don't know, I just don't. This for me looks like a 3-wave structure. I guess many can agree. That's like a 3-waver. The problem is, if this is a 3-wave structure, what's this? Are we looking for like 3s here? This also, there is a way to count this as a 3-waver, but also I suppose as a 5-waver. The problem here is, so now what I'm doing now is, in order to know what the wave currently, the bullish push, what it's part of, we have to observe the context before the push, right? So this move to the upside here, you can count a 5-wave structure to the upside here that ends. Let me actually go to the 5-minute. Because from the very beginning, once we made this low, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, quite a nice 5-wave structure, no? For a wave 1, and then a 2, 3, 4, 5. But if this is 3, 4, 5, then 3 is the shortest wave between 1, 3, and 5. Yes, it is 5-minute counting, but you know, Elliott Wave should be respected on all time frames. But doing a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then wave 4 hits the golden pocket, which is extremely rare. It usually just invalidates. Candles closing below the 0.5 is like an invalidation for a wave 4. And also, if this is a wave 5, then it's very much like a 3-wave structure. So I prefer an impulse ending here, but then wave 3 is the shortest. It's not really what you want to see as well. So this was interesting as well. Looks like a 3-waver. Can it be? And potentially an ABC? Yeah. Can it be 5 waves? Yeah, but you know, it's not clean. It's not clean. And then we have that move to the upside. What is it? Yesterday, where this is like an ABC to the upside, which kind of got proven as we just dropped all the way back. We never got a 1, 2, 3 sideways 4 and a 5. We never made another high. So there's like a 3-wave structure in here. Can this be potentially somehow an ABC? So we have a 1, very long 2, and this is part of a wave 3. That is definitely one of the scenarios we have to keep in mind. But before I actually drop into the lower time frames and try counting this, I want to start on the higher time frames first. Let's go to the 12-hour here. because this, of course, is quite a significant move by now, right? So it's interesting to have a look and zoom out. Zoom out. So what's this? This is the most bullish scenario. We can talk about that. This is the second triangle, which... Nah. Oh, wait a second. We also... Ooh, we are crossing the... Yeah, I want to talk about this as well. Psychology scenario 1. That one is not that interesting. Of course, I just came home, so I didn't really prepare too much, right? And this one looks... Oh, we can just remove that one. Okay, interesting, interesting. Okay, so let's go over the medium time frame bullish and bearish scenarios. So it's going to be more like a classic video now before we go into chatting, trading psychology, all that stuff. And I'll make sure to go through the whole chat, okay? As I always do. So let's get through this. What is happening on Bitcoin? The bullish scenario, okay? We have a bullish and a bearish scenario. For the bulls here, I just want to shortly mention that as it stands, right? Look at the push over here. It's still very insignificant to what we had here, to what we had here, here, right? So one thing is important. We should always remain a neutral mindset. We trade the chart as it is, up the side or downside. We can profit both ways. No, we can profit both ways. It's not about I want Bitcoin to take the high or I want it to take the low. It's about probabilities. That's what we trade as traders. It's a probabilities game, just like poker is a probabilities game, right? So we have bullish and we have bearish scenarios, which result in certain probabilities based on the rules that are respected from an Elliott Wave point of view. So let's start with this bullish scenario. Is this another one here? No. Okay, so this is the first scenario that I like to speak about, where potentially wave 4 fear. I wanted to say fear. That's Dutch. Let me extend this because that's important. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's an impulse to the downside in a potential 3-wave structure, right? A bigger 3-wave structure, or if this is the high of the move, an ABC, right? ABC, or a 1, 2, 3, but then you go very, very far down. And currently the probabilities, let me actually go through this as well. The probabilities on the high time frame, the daily, are higher for another move up. For everyone that saw my macro and high time frame video, every Sunday 7 p.m. I make that video. This is the highest probability scenario. Either 1, 2 up or A, B up. Or look at the difference. Look at the difference here. Or this is your A or 1. And then you have a 2, B and continuation. The result is the same, right? You'd still be looking for a move down and then a move to the upside before getting down there. From an Elliott Wave perspective, the probabilities are higher to still look for higher prices, but this is the high time frame, right? If we go to the medium time frame, meaning I'll jump to the 12-hour, probabilities are still higher to see another low. But let's talk about the bullish scenario first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and imagine wave 5 is finished, right? So then this is your 4 and this is your 5. 5 has to be this low. It cannot be anything else. It has to be this low because this, you know, if you put it here and you want to see new highs in an impulsive structure, this low is not allowed to be broken over here, right? So this has to be the low of 5. Right, 1, 2, wave 2 retraced to the 382 Fibonacci. Less common for a 2, still a target. Wave 3 to the 1.618, common target for an impulse. Then we have a wave 4, zigzag to the upside. And then we have a wave 5. And just to zoom in over here into this wave 5, 1 hour time frame, let me do the following. And I actually got this trick from George. We sometimes mill with one another. Wait, that's not the correct. So we take from the high to this low, to this high, to this low, to this high, to that low. And now the question is, you know, where am I going to put it? Let's put it here. Nah, let's put it there. right? Elliott waves, everyone, is not just price related. It is very, very much time related as well. And if I remove the chart here for a second, which can sometimes help, does this look like a nice impulsive structure? This over here looks like a nice impulsive structure in my opinion. The problem is the structure that we have over here. This looks like a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, but if this is a big 3 here, this is a 4. Where's your 1, 2, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we got the 4, but where's the 2, right? What is this? It's very long in time. It is 10 times longer, this range over here is 10 times longer than this potential wave 2. And if I remove over here the dotted line, you can see we have a range here. We have a range here. Inside this move down, you can see 1 gray candle, 2 gray candles for a potential 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for then a 4 and a 5, right? So you can count a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in that move to the downside. But this very, very long sideways structure does not look good from an Elliott wave perspective for an impulsive structure ending a wave 5, giving higher probabilities that this is not a wave 5. It's probabilities, but you know where I'm at, right? So probability-wise, it just doesn't look like a wave 5. Even the final structure here. What is this then? 1, 2, 3, mega 4, 5. Right? Very, very, very minimum 2. And this one, I don't know, maybe wave 4 here is 20 times longer than this little 2. That's also awkward. This is also awkward. 1, 2, another range. Like, can this be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yes, but the problem is this range. Because inside wave 3, we didn't have a 1, 2, 3, but where's the 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what you want. And then a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. We never got another dip. So this is important for the push that we get to the upside at the moment, right? For potentially the bullish scenario or scenarios that, I don't know, maybe... look, I don't really watch a lot of other YouTubers. I look at other stuff, but actually rarely ever do I look and check Elliott Wave YouTubers. So I don't know what's happening with other accounts and if people are looking for the high, which of course there's always a probability, but from a probability Elliott Wave perspective, this does not look good for a wave 5, lowering the probabilities that this is the low and we continue up. So the bearish scenario is a WXY. Let me jump to the 12 hour. I know that I am not keeping an eye on the chat, but let's first get the analysis done so that everyone is happy with the analysis, and then I go into chatting, right? We have time for chatting. Not center, right? Okay. Okie dokie. In this particular scenario, from the high to the downside, counting this as an ABC, a 3-wave structure. Now there is 2 reasons to think about an ABC. First of all, B retraced to the 382. Less common for a 2, more common for a wave B. C to the downside is an impulse as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. Now we are in this range for quite a long time. And there we go again. Time-wise, this starts to be quite long. It can still be a wave 4. We didn't yet cross the 3 fib time, which you take from the low of A to the high of B to the low of then C. Toggle on the 1-to-1, or not the 1-to-1, or the extension. The 3 over here is sitting on Friday the 6th of October, right? It's like the 3 is usually, that's like for a wave 4, 3 times longer than wave 2 in an impulsive scenario. For then a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and a wave 5. Right, that is still okay. Let me actually change this. So then we have, sorry, I actually forgot about this, saying it during this moment. So then we have wave 4 is not yet finished, and we are still looking for a wave 5 to the downside. But in the end, the result is we're still going to take the double bottom. Another little fact about the double bottom, this low has been taken on Bybit, increases the probabilities a lot that other charts will follow. Based on statistics I recorded in the past, so that's a little golden nugget for you. And also we have a double bottom here, which is a magnet for price. It's very, very rare for such a high time frame double bottom to not be touched. Plus Bybit already touched it, which makes probabilities more for still eventually these lows, right? It's all probabilities. Now for a wave 4, right? This is almost 3 times longer than wave 2. That's still okay. And in a wave 4, we're then looking for WXY. That would have been nice for then a 3-wave W. I know, looks as an impulse over here. So we could say WX and then a Y. The problem with this Y at the moment is if this is a W zigzag, wave Y is not allowed to be a zigzag. Now this looks very much a 5-wave structure, not a 3-wave, but just to force a potential wave 4 count, you then have a W, X, 3-wave Y in a flat, but then you want to see continuation down. This doesn't look impulsive, as we already established in previous videos. Probability is lower that this is the high of a 4 and this is a 5. Probability is higher, this is not the end of 4. So we do have a scenario for a wave 4, which is a triangle, but we'll get to that in a second. Let's first get to the WXY scenario. In live streams, I can also explain some stuff in a bit more detail. I know my videos are very theoretical, might not suit every viewer, right? Some viewers just want to hear up or down, new highs, new lows. But there's a lot more that comes with establishing a probability from an Elliott Wave point of view, like, hey, Koenz says price has a higher probability of going down or up, but what is it based on, right? So I also try to give you the explanation. I try to give you the knowledge then that you see the process of how I get to certain conclusions, which hopefully leads to you learning more about Elliott waves. Because of course I can, give you fish and you can eat, but I'm also trying to teach you how to fish so that you can eat yourself. You know what I mean? So WXY. Now the X targets, all of these are X targets. 382 has been hit, but you can also look for higher targets and it's still a wave X. 3 waves in a W. You can clearly see that now this is my low for a W, not here. This is then part of a corrective structure. Then we have X looking for Y to the downside, results taking at least the double bottom, right? And then we observe what price is going to do. Below the double bottom, if we don't swing failure pattern it, then at least 22K area is what I'm looking for, also filling the whole Bybit wick, right? So look at this wick on Bybit. What the hell? These type of wicks also high probability of filling the wick, right? But it could be nice to have a bit of a move and then fill the wick. The wick is at 23.6K, which would be a minimum for me. Okay. Now for this wave X, we were keeping an eye, or are keeping an eye on a potential double zigzag, where wave W and Y are both a zigzag structure. As mentioned in previous videos, preferably you want this trend line to be broken with a wave X. This is a trend line taken from the high to the high of B and then extended. So for wave X in a double zigzag, preferably you break this trend line before continuation down, right? And what is interesting about this breaking the trend line is the psychology scenario. And I love psychology scenarios. And like, it's not Elliott waves, but psychology scenarios is about what would most people do and how would the market potentially counter that, right? Because not everyone wins. Would have been nice, of course, but it's not how the market works. Usually people lose, most lose, and the bigger hands or others win. It's a win-losing game. Now, the first things you usually learn as a new trader is trend lines and patterns. Not to say it doesn't work. I know trend line traders that do very, very, very well. Basic traders, good strategy, good plan, good psychology. But if you're new in the market or you're not really here to learn a lot and stuff, like what's interesting, right? People that might be very, very emotional as well, they are now seeing this. And you can see my dotted line. Break the trend line, maybe even come down to test it, who knows? But breaking it, number one, for then a move back towards the downside, which would fit with the WXY double zigzag plan as well. Because what do you think happens now, right? I'm sure that I'm not the only one looking at this trend line, right? It's so simple to draw. You just connect the highs. 3 rejections over here, 3 rejections at the trend line, and now we're breaking the trend line. What happens? This happens. And this is the first time that people that are trading the trend line here have an opportunity to go long because the trend line has been broken. And that is interesting. And it's not like we can't go, as mentioned, you know, it's all probabilities, not that we can't continue. But from a psychology perspective, I actually really enjoy this. And I've been saying as well, like, I would like the upper trend line to be broken. Either continuing the range below the trend line and then time breaks it, or, well, we have a push to the upside like today and we break it as well, right? It would be very nice for a high time frame candle to close above the trend line, which for some is probably going to be a confirmation. Close above the trend line, enter, stop loss below, looking for upside. Maybe even a bit like this, ups, yeah, who knows? But eventually a move down from a psychology perspective would fit very nicely with a double zigzag scenario, because this is what you want to see in this bearish scenario. So this move over here is nice. It's a proper good trade to the long side, right? But we can't yet say, yo, I'm putting my life savings in here, we go to the moon. Take it level by level, and I'll show you the levels in a second here with my target folder. Level by level, step by step, up or down. You can trade both sides, right? We're neutral. We as a person are neutral. We let the analysis and the theory give us probabilities. It's not about what I want, because I honestly don't care if we go to 100K or if we go to 10K. I'm not investing long term in Bitcoin. I trade Bitcoin, and I can trade when it's 10K. I can trade when it's 100K. It doesn't matter for my strategy. I trade the movement. I'm neutral. But Elliott waves can give us probabilities for up or down, and that is what we're interested in, right? Doesn't mean it goes straight down, right? It's waves. So if we then zoom in, then there's 3 scenarios. I know it's quite a lot, but let me go through them. On the lower time frame, let me actually remove this. That's not for maybe someone just joined and he saw that big long trade to the upside. He's like, fuck, gotta join. Please don't. We were using that as an example for a potential fake out. So over here, this is a scenario where the low of this move to the downside is here. So this is then a wave 5. This move to the upside is then a WXY or an ABC. Now I just explained why the probabilities are lower at the moment for this to be an impulsive structure that ends here, right? And then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I don't have to repeat that. But that lowers the probabilities of this particular scenario, unless we really go to what, like 29K. That's when we can reconsider things. No, I mean, then you can still have the low here and still reach 29K with another scenario. So that's fine. But this is one scenario, low here, WXY or an ABC, right? Second one, WXYXZ. That's a rare scenario. WXYXZ is rare. In a WXYXZ, you can only have one zigzag in W, Y, or Z. You can't have 2. Following the rules. Now, if W is a zigzag, then hit Y over here. This low is then a wave B flat, A, B, C, right? We have a flat wave. Then we have an X in a double zigzag on the lower time frames. And now we get Z. Whatever Z is, right? It looks impulsive. So you're like, hey, can this be a zigzag? Well, a zigzag is a 5, 3, 5 move. The problem we have is this over here does not count like a 5-wave move. This counts like a 3-waver. Unless this is a 5, 3, 5 in a zigzag. But then wave Z is a zigzag and wave W is a zigzag. And that's not really what we want to see. So this scenario, besides the fact it's very rare, is at the moment also a little bit of a question mark. Because of the structure here versus the wave W that we had over here. Let me quickly have a look at wave W while we're at it, because I just quickly want to have a look. Bad. Look zigzag now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very long sideways correction. That's very wave B behavior if you get a very long corrective structure. And then this, I don't know if this was news or not, but you see a little range over here, which can be a wave 4. Yeah, volume also fits nicely, and then a 1, 2, massive 3, 4, 5. So this is your 4, this is your 5, and wave 5 has lower volume than a wave 3. So that fits nicely with a 5, 3, 5 wave structure in W, which then would be a zigzag. So wave Z being a zigzag, not preferred. Then we have the triangle scenario. Well, this can't be a wave E because we went above. So the invalidation for the triangle now, really, yeah, I mean, we don't have a lot of room left, right? So in a triangle scenario, A, B, C, D, E, downside. Now I already mentioned this earlier, and that was the reason why E was on this high. Look at the volume. Now in a triangle, you want to see the volume decreasing. You want to see people getting bored, right? Slowly going to the peak of the triangle, like all the way to the right side. But we got that volume to the downside yesterday, and now we get the equal volume to the upside. And what we now see is, of course, we had volume moving down on average, but now it's moving up again. You can see that these peaks are actually higher than the volume here in a wave C. The highest pivot of wave C is here. So you can see that the volume now is higher, also higher than, well, this end of wave B, but not here. So, okay. That's still lower, but it's higher than wave C and higher than wave D. That's quite clear. So I don't know if I'm a fan of the triangle scenario, to be honest, because of the volume. And also in a triangle, this then has to be a zigzag. So we're then looking for an A, B, C. So then this wave is definitely a B. You're looking for a C to the upside now, and you want to see a rejection at this target area. For me, this is the last area of resistance before we invalidate the triangle, because we then get to 27.5K. So for the triangle, this being a double zigzag, you want this to be an A, somehow like a crazy B here, very like a flat type of structure. A, B, C, running flat even, because we didn't take the lows on my chart. On Binance, this is a expanding flat. So then have an A, B, and this is then your wave C to the upside. But in a wave C, you preferably also want to see a range at least, right? Range, maybe take the high and then move down. 4, 5 ups for E. So the triangle scenario, we know the invalidation, which is taking this high, so keep an eye on it, right? If we move down, well, that fits the triangle. Let me have a look if there's anything else that I am thinking of. And actually, like, look, I know I haven't been looking at the chat. I'm sorry. I'm just really focused on helping you figuring out what's happening, right? Or what to expect. And also, I didn't do preparations when I just came home, immediately booted the stream. So I'm basically doing my analysis in the morning. Just let me, like live on stream, I mean. So let me quickly have a look if we have other scenarios. Oh yeah, this was a question last stream. I forgot who asked. I think Dasa? No, I'm not sure. Someone asked, can this be a wave 1 to the upside here, right? In a bullish scenario. And I think it's a good question. And while I also explain this type of stuff, I'm reflecting in my mind, like, you know, what can everything result into? So if this is a potential wave 1, can it be a wave 1? Of course, right? There's never, like, probabilities. Now for this to be a wave 1, you can see there's a lot of overlap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First impulsive structure. Important is that you have the highs over here And this is a long sideways structure, which then reflects, I mean, very likely a wave 4. And then a wave 1, 2, and then you have like a 3, 4, and then you'd be looking for a 5. But if we are looking for a structure with overlap, we have to think about diagonals. And in diagonals, you want diagonals to preferably, by far most commonly, be contracting diagonals. So if we take a channel, because that's how you figure it out, from the high of 1 to then the end of this move over here, right? Then you can see that the lower end of the channel has been hit. You don't want to see that in a diagonal, because in a diagonal, the lower trend line should convert in a contracting diagonal. It should convert to the upper trend line, but that's not the case. So this invalidates a contracting diagonal. Could still validate an expanding diagonal, but in an expanding diagonal, you want wave C, or you want wave 2 to be much deeper. You want wave 3 to then hit the 1.618. Wave 4 should be very deep, and wave 5 should also aim for the 1.618. Now, clearly, what we see on the chart here does not really look like an expanding structure, but that lowers the probabilities. It's a 5-wave move. Increases the probabilities. It's a 3-wave move, because we're all in the probabilities here. 1, 2, that's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, potentially 5 here. So another 5-waver. W, X, Y. And then over here you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to end it in some sort of like another crazy ending diagonal type of thing. Or this is the end of your 5. That depends. Okay. We covered a lot already, no? Another thing is we have, these bearish CVD divergences here. But this is a CVD divergence with a high on the left and a high on the right of the newest low. So preferably, actually, we should look for bearish divergences here. And I probably forget about this one. Okay, is there something we have not covered before I check the chat? Yes, there is something I did not cover. Where is it? Which one is it? This one. Okay. Yes, this one. Let me combine it with this here. So I'm doing live TA, live thinking, getting in the brain of Koen. Okay, let's remove this. And then we remove that. A, B, C, up. Okay. Quick little look here. Oh. If you hold shift, by the way, for the newer fibs users, if you hold shift after putting on a fib, you can move it horizontally. If you don't move it up and down too much, you can just move it horizontally and it stays on the same level, which can help. It's quite sensitive still, but at least it's a little trick. Makes life easier to move things around. Okay. So actually the ABC has to leave in this particular count. I want to make this a little bit longer. Yep. We're going to use box. Oh, not a target box. White. So what I don't like here is that the 1-to-1 and the 1.236 are literally in the middle of nowhere. Maybe a bit of support resistance, but I think if we take this high, I personally be looking for this area here, 29.2. Okay, so what I am looking at in this scenario is an ABC. Wait, did someone say this at the beginning or on Discord? Who was it? Wait. Let me have a look here. Hey, John, what's up? John is in Discord. See, John is a really good Elliott Wave counter as well. He does one time frame or one minute, one time frame. He does like 1 5-minute stuff. Scroll. It's been a very, very active day in the group. Where's the tag? Hello? Aaron Morgan. Oh no, wait, that's a leading diagonal message. Where's the other message? Someone else. I can't find it. It's a waste of time for all of you. There was a guy that said, yo, can this be a ABC? Of course it can. But in this scenario then, we have a nice low for a wave 5, right? This is the low of your 5. That's good. 4 retracing to the 05, 2 to the 382, little less common, still the target. 3 to the 1.618, common target for 3. This is your low after an impulse. This low is just below wave 3. It's edgy, right? It's like, it's not a nice clear wave 5 below 3, but it nonetheless is lower than 3. I don't count this wick. On the index chart and some other charts, this wick is not there, okay? So like these very big wicks, sometimes you have to leave them out. But then wave W is a flat. X can be any corrective structure and then a double zigzag, and Y can be a zigzag to the upside, which then creates a W, X, and then a Y. Definitely let me put this in the folder. Shit, which folder is it? Yes, put that in here. It's almost like you are a fly on the wall looking at how I do my stuff before I actually post the videos online. The 1.618 is still a target for a wave Y, and it's interesting that it's just above the 29.2K level. So that's important to know, right? This is still a target, a little less common than these 3 here, but a target nonetheless. Okay. So we have a flat in W, X, and then we would be looking for zigzag structures in Y. Now, looking at the time of wave W, I would prefer ABC is relatively short in time. Time of W compared to Y. Talking on the 0.6. No, that's still a while away. Let's compare X to Y. We're almost there. Okay, that's not bad. Usually wave Y is longer than X, so of course, between W and Y, the most common relationship is the 1-to-1, and then the 0.618 and the 1.618. But it's interesting that the 0.618 for X compared to X and Y is quite close. And the reason I try to find it out is this can be, of course, an ABC, A, flat, B, and then a wave C, right? We could even go a little bit higher, go above W, reach this resistance area, which, by the way, is my next area of interest above, 27.7, 27.9, right? Or basically 28K. A, B, C, quite a long C. Yeah, that's... We're at the 2.618 now. Won't be the first one we hit a rare target like that for a wave C and a zigzag. But it can also still like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correction, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Zigzag in Y, down. Nice, we actually found something here. For something new, that's interesting. Lots of different scenarios. Okay, so let's have a look then locally, and then we go into the chat. Sorry that I took my sweet time doing the analysis, but hopefully you have a good understanding of the scenarios, what I'm looking for, higher, lower probabilities, and if not, feel free to ask. Currently, we again have bullish CVD divergences here. So yeah, probabilities are high. We are going to continue towards the upside. Take at least this high. And after taking, if it does, if, it's always if, because probabilities, but if we take it, either continue or take it and range on top of the box. So yeah, what a day. Okay, all of you have been, oh, Moss 2. Ah, yeah, okay, let me check. You have been very patient with me. You have been very, 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 very patient with me. So we're going to spend some time together. Moss 2. Ah, wait. Oh, wait, no, it's... No, it's not, well, yeah, okay, yeah, like it's a... If you look at the yellow line from Y, his Y down, up, down, it's a similar type of move. It's just that in a WXY, this structure doesn't fit because WXY, Y cannot be a double zigzag by itself. You don't want to have a WXY in a wave Y. So that is then counted differently unless you make this the high and this is then WXY. So that's what I have. Compared to this being a WX and then Y. This can be a WXY that finishes here at his C, but then the problem is you want to see another impulse if you want to go for new highs after a WXY. But the low got taken here, right? And that's not what you want to see. So still like, yeah, if his end is here, this is corrective. Thanks for keeping me. Okay, wait. Yo, Ali Gulagaraslan, welcome, man. thanks for joining Silver. Welcome to the team, dude. I'm gonna like send me an email, you know, like I say in the video and stuff, and I'll get you sorted out tonight, buddy. Yo, applause for Ali. I saw the heart. Yeah, thanks, mate. Welcome to the team. We have a cool bunch of people in Silver. Absolutely. Lots going down in Silver. So thanks, man. That's awesome. Ali Gulararslan. Look at the hearts. They're coming for you, my friend. Yeah, your picture is upside down, though. You look like a friend of mine, Luke. Anyway, thanks for joining, buddy. Let's go through the chat. You guys have been so patient with me. It's time we spend some time together. I'm spending more time today with you than I do with my fiance, right? What's wrong? Becking, bring us the flavor. Okay. We answered that. We were here. Samith, I think we already said hi, right? Beckham, bring us the flavor. That's when I think I started my analysis, so I didn't see this. So Beckham, Liché. Look at all the hearts, guys. Holy moly. I actually don't know what it means. I don't think it's a like in the video, right? It's an emote or something else. I don't think it's a like, else we would like reach 1,000. But okay. I brought you the flavor. Hopefully you're happy. Gabriel. Oh yeah, we spoke about that. Perfect timing. That is Big Red Loop. There he is. Big Red Loop. How are you doing, my friend? So Big Red Loop has been a subscriber for a very long time. I think 5 months now or something, Red Loop. It's incredible. So he's one of the early guns here on the channel. Channel only started on the 20th of February. So welcome, man. Good to see you in a live stream again. Love to see it. Dima Titarenko, nice plan. Thank you. Short, stop loss, long. I think I saw this in the corner of my eye just before I went into the analysis. But it sounds like, Gabriel, you have a solid plan for yourself. And that is important, right? You want to have a plan, strategy. You want to have it in your mind, right? And it sounds like you have a plan based on your analysis. You. What happens when price is perfectly flat and CVD is down? Well, that depends. So I think it's a good question. If price is relatively horizontal price action, wait. Oop. So price is relatively flat. What if CVD goes down, right? Well, higher low on price, lower low on CVD, that's a bullish CVD divergence. Target is this high. So if you get flat price action, but price is making higher lows, CVD is lower. So that's the thing, right? Let me actually open this. This will be very good for you as well. Open in the browser. Here, absorption, right? You are talking about a bullish CVD divergence. Higher low on price, but a lower low on CVD. So even if price is going horizontal, if it makes a higher low, but on the CVD a lower low, it's a bullish CVD divergence, which could mean there's absorption of market shorts. And especially if you have a little bit of a longer range and you see CVD moving down while the range is forming, and you build like some higher lows, it can give a very good sign for a breakout to the upside. Of course, if you have a horizontal structure here, right, a horizontal range, and you also see bearish CVD divergences and then bullish one, that's a mix. That's difficult. Usually the first CVD divergence that appears after a new higher low, it gets priority over the second one that appears. Yeah, so you can, by the way, just download this, right? So, and it shows how you can trade CVD. Of course, use CVD in confluence with other stuff, but yeah, hopefully this helps you out, no? Oh. Hello, stop with the brush. Stop it. MX Nick, what kind of sign is it that last week's multiple lows could hit at different moments? Big move incoming. Nevertheless, leuk dat je weer live bent. Heel leerzaam. Hey, een Nederlander. Een Nederlander. I could speak Dutch as well. You know what I always experience? Look at you pressing those buttons, eh? What I always experience when I watch English streamers, but I know they're Dutch or they're friends of mine, is it's weird when they speak Dutch because you're so used to them speaking English. So when they switch to Dutch en ze beginnen opeens Nederlands te praten, dan op de een of andere manier klinkt het heel anders. Klinkt gek of zo. Like in some way it's weird if people switch to their native language. It sounds weird. So last week's multiple lows could hit at different moments. Last week's. Wow. On the weekly time frame. Lol. I haven't seen that. Is that the same on the daily? Oh no. Shoo, that's a weekly swing failure pattern. Look, talking about the question with the range, right? You're ranging here for 3 weeks. I don't know like the CVD divergences in this area though, but yeah, it must be interesting. But then eventually you take the low. It's like a swing failure pattern on the weekly time frame. Sure. We also have and that's one of my confluences here at 29K here, right? Weekly order block. Right, important level here. And if we go here, you would also then fill the remainder of the gap here. This man. Thanks, Bud, again. Abdul Karim Abunaji, what do you think about that wave from 25,950 to 27,3? Is wave E from a triangle? Oh yeah, I kind of already went over this in the analysis part, okay? So I think I answered your question, Abdul Karim, but let me know if my explanation was clear for you when I went over the triangle. Alpha Spark Trading, there he is. Alpha Spark Trading, everyone. Go to Discord and look for his posts. Look at how he writes. Wow. So what he wrote over here is basically like a journal way of writing. Speaks about what's happening in life, not too much time, bit of distraction, like blah, blah, blah. Hasn't been easy to deal with, time management. Then he goes, I've been following the price action. Think like based on my analysis, macro, I think, that's minimum. Then he goes into more technical analysis. His plan, I'm looking to add, well, this is a short, but I don't know what his levels are. But of course, like the way he writes it is very nice. It's like journaling in Discord. That's really cool. So, I replied as well. I saw it quite late. I know because I was doing other stuff, but eventually, you can read about it here. So that's a nice way. Very nice way of posting. Still long from 20. Wait, you're long to 28,500. Yeah, that's an interesting target. Absolutely. 28,500. That's over here. 28. That's the support resistance area. That's basically here. Right? 28,500. So it's like the SR area. That's a nice move. Congrats on your trade, buddy. That's an amazing one. That's really good. Do you still expect to fall in the 22K area? I think I covered that as well, Michelle, but let me know if you understand the scenarios that I'm looking for on a medium time frame. For the people that might be a bit newer here or just joined, that's what I mean. Go back like 30 minutes, maybe even 40, and you will see the whole analysis, everything. I've covered all the different bits and pieces. So to avoid repetition, of course, for people being here for a while now, make sure to check that out. Press those buttons, guys. Push the like button, dudes. We are 104. And like is 29. Boo. Thanks for people liking, thanks for watching. For people thanks for liking. For people just watching, not liking, thanks for watching. I appreciate you, whatever you do, right? I'm good in negotiating, or I'm a good speaker in communicating, but I'm not really too salesy. So, people know if they like the content, they know where the button is. If they just want to casually watch, that's fine for me as well. You know where to find all your stuff. I'm not that type of person that in the middle of his content is like, don't forget to hit the like button. Mate, everyone knows where the like button is. So everyone also seems to know where the emotes are. Bullish CVD locally, that is correct. Glad someone else thought so too. Yes, sorry I'm late to the party. Have you been over the possibility of an expanding diagonal for wave 1 over 3? We have been over a not an expanding. Wait, was it? Did you say expanding? Oh yeah, expanding diagonal. So we have been going over many different scenarios, but not yet your expanding structure. Which what he is looking for is a wait, I gotta find your... Let me find his chart here. Yeah. Okay, we got it. So then we have a 1, 2... Okay, so an expanding structure. So he's looking at this then, Aaron. By the way, Aaron, thanks for posting in the group as well and sharing your idea, right? Sharing ideas is always good. Doesn't matter if it's the correct count, not the correct count, who cares? It's your count. You put effort in it, you're trying your hardest. There's a lot to learn, a lot of info, but it's good to try, right? Everyone has to start somewhere. No one is a pro, right? I'm also just a random dude on the internet looking at a chart and like putting paint on a chart, basically, right? So he's looking at this then as a wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, an expanding diagonal in a leading expanding diagonal, which is then a wave 1, 2, and then he wants to see new highs, right? That's the scenario. First things first, expanding structures in general are a low probability scenario. They're not impossible, right? It's just you only really start looking at expanding structures like an expanding triangle, expanding diagonal, when other scenarios fail to respect the rules of Elliott waves. That's when I would go to expanding structures. So in this case, could this be a potential expanding structure? Yes, but it is way too early to look at this to be an expanding structure because we have other scenarios that have a higher probability because they're less rare. Also, we only got wave 2 in, and I would only really be looking at an expanding diagonal if wave 3 and 4 are in and we move impulsively again, right? That is when I would be looking for an expanding diagonal, or you're going to be looking for this to be a 1, 2, oh no, wait, this is more like a 3-wave structure. So yeah, then it's a 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, wave 1 finished, 2 continuation. But it's a bit too early to call at the moment. Now, if we look at an expanding structure, we take a fib from the low to the high. Because the wave 2 in an expanding diagonal over here most commonly retraces to the golden pocket to 886 area over here. But as you can see, it reached a rare target being the 0.5. So that's a little less common, right? A little less common. By the way, check out the links below the video if you want to learn about Elliott waves. It's simply free websites. I will actually add another link as well, which is Elliott Wave Tough, this website, which is really good as well. But this is a nice website because it has very, very clear drawings, colors. It shows what's common and less common. And if we go to here, expanding diagonal, open in a new tab, there we go, then look, expanding diagonal, wave 2, right? Let's zoom in a bit so you can all see it. Wave 2, common target, right? Golden pocket to the 886, right? That's the common area. The red area in this case is common, yellow is less common, gray is very uncommon, basically. So in this particular scenario, it retraced to the 05618. Less common, right? Less common for a wave 2. It's still a potential, but less common. Wave 4 also has to retrace quite deep. As you can see, compared to a regular wave 4, it has to go below the 05 for then a wave 5. Most common targets for 3 and 5 are the 1.618 trend-based fib extension taken from the low to the high to the low. Toggle on, I know I chose wave 3 there, but that's because the 1.618. And that is sitting at 30K, so that's a very high one. So probabilities at the moment are not yet on the side for an expanding structure, just because it's rare, it's very early to call. Target for 3 is very high. So we simply wait and observe. But it's a good scenario that you thought of, and I'd like to thank you for sharing that one as well, because we have to always keep it in mind. Laystone Road, the video definitely deserves a thumbs up. Come on, guys. Thanks. Appreciate for anyone that does do the thumb up. Of course, I appreciate you guys. Thank you. I really like the knowledge and your theoretical videos. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. It's educational besides just an update, right? I shared a setup. Potentially. People that use that trend trade setup match it up with RSI. Yeah, RSI is of course a momentum indicator. Let's actually have a look at RSI. Like as you know, I don't use indicators except for CVD, which I suppose you know that's an indicator, but I don't use like trading view indicators. So what you want to see at the end of an impulse, but that's the question, right, is 3, 4, 5, wave 5 making a lower low, but on the RSI a higher low, meaning the momentum goes down. That's what you want to see at the end of an impulsive structure. The problem here, however, is counting this as an impulse. This can also still be, of course, a corrective structure, where this is your 5. So then you do have a lower low compared to this wick. This is for me the end of a 3. This is the end of a 5. It is lower, but higher low on RSI, which can be interesting. So then you have a W, X, looking for Y, and then a flat double zigzag, zigzag. Zigzag is then a 535, by the way. So, yeah. Currently still finding resistance over here at the blue box. Let's see what CVD shows us. Well, there's not much going on since the recent high here. Like there's no really CVD divergences on the right side. We did here have a higher low, lower low on yellow, lower low on blue. So there were bullish divergences here, right? But these have played out because this high got taken. So now those are basically neutralized. How high can we go? Well, for me, like probably one of the maximum targets is 29.2, 29.4 for still being corrective and looking for downside. And you know, this push to the upside at the moment, also locally on a very low time frame, we still continue building some bullish CVD. So I won't be surprised. You know, maybe we range here and we get bearish ones and then fall down, right? That's the question, but it's too early to call. And based on what we see at the moment, we still have bullish CVD. So taking the high here, I won't be surprised if that happens. It's at least nice to see a reaction at the target box, seeing a bit of a rejection here. That's what I like to see. That's why I, you know, mention the target boxes in my videos, because those are areas of confluence. And you can also see how nicely they're respected. Respect over here. That's the resistance area. Push up, straight line. Where do we go? Next resistance, next target box, right? So, yeah. And how high can we go? That's the brilliant question. And that is a question that, in my opinion, and this is what I started to stream with. Once you get moves like this to the upside, no financial advice, everyone follows their own plan. But personally, I'm not going to guess or estimate where the high is. What I want to wait for is a range. Show me maybe some divergences, show me market structure, show me waves, and then I can give probabilities to this was the high or we go higher, right? I don't want to, like in general, the advice is that, and that's advice I do generally give, like don't catch knives, don't FOMO, and don't YOLO, right? Usually you wreck your account. Keep your mindset intact. The thing is, we don't know if this is the high. What I want to wait for is a range. And once we get a range, that's when I, based on Elliott Wave, CVD, other technical analysis, that's when I can get to work, right? But if we push like this, we just got to wait till it stops pushing. Because if this would, for example, be some wave 3, yeah, you don't know. A wave 3 can extend very, very far, right? Wave 3 can be incredibly long. But if this is like an ABC, you'd be looking for a 4, maybe a 5, and a move down, but then we are waiting for a range. So I always enjoy waiting for a range first. Basically, that's my answer. Thank you, Ismail. I'm happy to hear that as well. Brings a smile to my face, which you can see because the webcam is on. But I appreciate that, man. I like to hear if I can help people in some way by providing some knowledge. Can we get 10 more likes? Layton Stone is trying to like push all the likes out of you guys. Click that button. Ben Davison, have you made that label of CVD divergence? Or is everyone can use it. It's public. Yes, there is a Discord, aggr.trade over here. So it's a Discord with the developers in here. I rarely ever write or do anything in here, only if there's a problem. But it's developed by other people. So and it's free to use. You can just go to the website aggr and use CVD. And if you want my template, which is also free, it's just in Discord, then this is good to know links, some links that will help you on your way. And then we have here the website. And then here links to the templates, an ETH template and a Bitcoin template. ETH template made by Dario. Thank you, Dario, again. And this is my template for the CVD chart that I use. And this is how you get it in your window, right? How you upload the template, I suppose. Or didn't you mean that was... Oh, I know what you... Oh, sorry. Thanks, you. Thanks to you. I have difficulty pronouncing your name. You. Anyway, yes, this is manual. This is manual. I think you mean this. This is manual, yeah. So what I like to do is I do like to keep things in TradingView, so I don't always have to check. I check CVD a lot during the day though, but for the videos and streams, it's more clear if I also show it on TradingView with very bright colors, because some people might not be able to read the chart as well as I do when I quickly go over the divergence, right? So it might be too quick for people, but then if I show it like this, they get an understanding like, right, that's what he's looking at. After analysis, price and CVD manually, yes. Bro, what happened? What's the next station? What's up, Dasa Gaming? How you doing? Make sure to go back like 40 minutes or something, 50 back in the stream. I go over the whole analysis and the whole idea at the moment. With all the different scenarios from even high time frame to locally. And now we have a nice rejection here at the target box. You love to see it. That's why we have the target boxes. Simply said, I'm waiting for a range because, we don't want to catch highs or lows. But even if you would get a rejection, maybe in some ways, and then a wave up, CVD, bearish, who knows? Or maybe you're going to have bullish CVD here like we had here. It continues pushing. We have to wait, right? I'm a reactive trader myself. I wait for price to show me what it does, what it wants to do, and then I enter. Everyone has their own strategy, of course, but I mean, it's not my strategy, it's my way of trading, reactive. Dying for a CVD divergence indicator. Yeah, I actually think someone in Discord, I spoke to him in Discord and Telegram. He is making a CVD indicator for TradingView. So I don't know who's pressing this. I don't even know what it is. Is it like here, add a reaction? Is it like this? But that's an emote, no? I don't know. You call the indicator Koenz. That's a nice one. Maybe this big wave 2 and then big 3. 1, 2. Oh, we actually just went over that as well. Probabilities here are higher for this to be a 3-wave structure at the moment. Or it's a flat. So it can be a 5. Yes, it's not the cleanest diagonal structure though. It has to be a bit of an expanding. It's on the edge really. But this can be a flat X and then a Y. So a WXY scenario. So we then have over here W double zigzag X, Y is then a zigzag. As W is a flat, you don't want to see a flat in wave Y. You want to see a zigzag in Y, which could potentially be ended, by the way. But that's the question. We don't know. So I want to wait for a range, want to wait what happens here and see what's up, right? There's no emotion here. There's no emotion. Like, emotions in trading rarely get you anywhere. You know, they can only cause shit all the time. But easier said than done. I still sometimes struggle with emotions, but you know, I quite well controlled nowadays. But in the past, man, my emotions were through the roof. It was very difficult for me in the first, like my first trade was the most emotional trade I have ever taken. Ever in my life. Could not sleep till 4 a.m. I did wake up with nice profit and then lost it in the few weeks after because I had no clue what I was doing. I was a complete amateur. Oh man. Yeah, but let's see what happens here. Of course, what goes up quick can come down quick as well. But first, I want to see a range or a reaction or something before we can do more. Let me actually take a quick fib from this low to this high, toggle on the golden pocket. So let's see what happens here. Any short trader here can help. A short trader. What's up, Ellie? How you doing? Ellie is at least doing better. Oh boy, man, you guys are so quick. I have to count up, accountable, catch up. Okay, so let me be quick here. Amake, yo, what's up, Amake? This is the link. Oh yeah, right. That's where we were. Assalam alaikum. Chowdhury Mohib Kashmir. Welcome, man. How you doing? Kashmir, that's a nice name. And the 0.618 is probably the answer to my question. I actually don't know what your question was anymore. 28,900. Can we hit in Bitcoin? I kind of went over my process, right? Level to level, observe the reaction. And yes, can we hit 28.9? Of course, we can also hit 100K. But the question is, we go level by level. From an Elliott Wave point of view, it is a potential target, but we first have other resistances to get through like we are at the moment, right? And as mentioned just now, what I always look for is I wait for a range to form, preferably on at least a 15-minute time frame where you get a bit of a range, some waves forming, some stuff, and then take it from there, right? Because I don't want to like estimate where the high is, right? Because we don't know. It can do that. It can go that, but what helps is once price starts ranging, that's when you get the information. Doing something like this, it's useless really for Elliott waves. The power is in the ranges. That is when you start to figure out like, okay, what wave are we in? What's going to happen next? So I'm basically just waiting patiently and see what happens. But of course, I won't be online for too long, but at least I'll go through chat here. Is there an application using AI that performs instant translation? Because I have to wait for the broadcast to end. Ooh, that's a good question. So M1304 is from Saudi Arabia. And I don't know. I don't speak that language, of course. And my English is quite fast. I speak English every day. I got an English-speaking fiance. Just imagine we go down again and wow, the volatility like yesterday was crazy. Imagine we get a repeat. But hey, that's way too early to call. The golden pocket is interesting. So let's wait here. Automatic translation. Yeah, it doesn't work live. There he is. The first. Oh wait, that was his first message. Oh, his first message as a member got deleted. Oh boy. Ali Gularaslan, welcome, man. Glad to be here. Happy to have you, man. Welcome. That's really cool. Really cool. Welcome. Indicators are screaming oversold. Do you think further upside is really that likely? The thing is, I'm waiting for a range. So I rarely ever like. So we are at resistance. So of course, at resistance, once you hit resistance, probabilities are higher at resistance to have at least a reaction to the downside. So potential short opportunity. No. Absolutely. But the question is, once you start ranging, what are then the probabilities? What are we seeing? Because at the moment, what we see here, for example, look at CVD moving down again. So I would like to see some bearish CVD divergences instead of the bullish ones to give me more confidence that we go down. Because the thing with momentum indicators is they can be very overbought or oversold, but you can make, if it's oversold, you can still make like 5 new lows, even though it's oversold, or 5 new highs when it's overbought, because it doesn't work like in a very, very impulsive structure. It can be difficult for momentum indicators to be very accurate. And from my experience, CVD gives a better picture. So I like to wait for CVD divergences after, on the right side of this new high. If you see bearish CVDs here, that can be more interesting. But at the moment, that's the thing. Higher low in price, lower low in yellow. And, you know, in a trending environment, it does carry at least some weight. But what you often see in a trending environment, if you do have CVD divergences here, is that the golden pocket gets tapped. So that's why I put the golden pocket on my chart, because it could be hit or even 7-8 and then move. Golden pocket is a popular one though. But at least this range is already bigger than this little one over here, that little fella. And in general, right, in general, we are looking to like that it's still part of a corrective structure. So looking for shorts whenever all your entry requirements are hit and it fits your plan and strategy, it's not a bad idea, right? But the question is the high in of this move or not? Well, for that, I prefer to have a range. And at the moment, between this and here, bullish CVD. But if we have bullish here and bearish coming up here, after we range for a bit and then bearish, those carry more weight. So yeah, it's currently there's bullish CVD divergences. Maybe the golden pocket here taken from the low to the high is an interesting area. Take it from there. If we take this high, either swing failure pattern, the high go down after a bit of a range, swing failure down, or looking higher. Next target. Yeah. Yo, Drew Jarvis, there he is. Finally made the live indeed. Indeed, we're online for quite a while already. So welcome, man. Good to have you around. Good to have you around. Good to see you. Good to see you. There he is, Mr. Jarvis. Jarvis is also great in Discord, man. He posts so much stuff, very valuable as well. So really cool to see his activity in the group. Christian, she still has you the whole life. Yeah, that's true. We're gonna marry. What's up, Captain Gary? Emon244, how are you doing? Thanks for the hearts here. CVD and trading view, no, it's AGGR, and what I show here, this is manually done, as just answered as well. Goedenavond, Mr. Bullseye. Goedenavond. Thank you for the kind words. Pleasure, mate. Are we going down or up after this push? That's up to your, well, I mean, you know, I for everyone that just joined, go 50 minutes back, because I analyzed the charts for like 30 to 40 minutes. So I can't do all of that again. But what I can say is that everything that we're looking at the moment fits still with a correction. And we are looking still on the higher time frames for lows below the double bottom at 24/7K. Doesn't mean we can first go up, right? So in the scenarios at the moment, we are still looking for downside on the high time frames. That's the context that we're in, right? That's the bigger context. More locally here, we are still looking also this push to the upside for this push to still be part of a bigger corrective structure, potentially a WXY. We have a triangle scenario that we also already covered over here. Invalidation of the triangle is this high. This then is the high of your wave E. You're going to be looking for a move to the downside, right? That's this one over here. Actually, the upper trend line has been hit for wave E now as well. We also covered the psychology scenario of breaking this trend line, people market longing because breakout traders, and then moving down, which is very interesting as well. But in general, what I want to see is I want to see proof of resistance. Now, the target boxes that I put on my chart, if you go through all of my content, are very often very well respected for at least a bounce at least over here a bounce, like almost a bounce, I suppose, but at least a reaction, and then you can take it from there. We started building bullish CVD. Well, continue, right? Next area of resistance. Look how nice it went straight to the upside, hits my target box, rejects. Perfect. That's what we like to see. Over here, bouncing on target box, up. Coming back to target box, up. Brilliant, huh? So we are at resistance, and now based on what we are going to see locally, we can see how and what. But at resistance, you're looking for shorts. At support, you're looking for longs. At resistance, you look for shorts. Was a short though. At resistance, you look for shorts. But that depends on your trading strategy and your trading plans. Because a target box that I have on the chart is not an entry. So personally, I have a whole plan. I have entry requirements, and all of the entry requirements have to be hit before I enter. So yeah, and take it level by level, right? We all take it level by level. So level by level means this is an interesting level, take it to the next level, take it to the next level, and then we go either up or down, but we observe the reaction in those areas. Dafish, what's up, man? I don't know what to remind you for, but if it's the analysis part, then go back in the video, or what I just mentioned might be enough. Look at the triangle. That's also in the analysis part, but then this is the end of E. So I actually just I just shortly mentioned the triangle, so that's good. Aaron Morgan, expanding down from the move up from 26K. Price dropping below the golden pocket now. Would be quite the story to now give everything back. 26K. Oh, here. Oh, wait. I see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. That is a possibility, of course. 1, 2. So then you're going to be looking for this. 786 retracement. That's okay. I don't think this is long enough though. I mean, it's close to the 1.618. But it's still the same things apply. So only if wave 4 is in and we start moving up, that is when I would think about a expanding structure. But as long as that's not in, probabilities, it's basically everything I explained, but then on the lower time frame. Trade safe, hey, everyone. Oh boy. Imagine we catch the push. Oh boy. 0.5. There's a little order block here as well. So this is an area of support. Imagine. Stock RSI is better. Yeah, it's whatever someone prefers, I suppose. I don't use RSI myself. I use CVD. So, and preferably you use CVD on the right side of a new high or a new low. So you want to observe CVD on the right side of a new high or low, preferably, right? Let's see if I take a fib from here to here. We just touched the 786 here. Okay, so the 786 has been tagged. Let's see what happens now, right? So I was talking golden pocket 786, important levels. In case of a trending environment with bullish divergences with the previous range, of course, this is on the left side of the high, this is on the right side. Preferably you see divergences here. But there's a higher low in price, lower low on CVD. Higher low in price, lower low on the CVD, which is a bullish divergence. 786 is like golden pocket 786 during a retracement can be interesting. But let's observe what price does. Could please check 18, 4-hour candle. It looks the same move. 2 times it goes up and then comes down. 18, 19 September. I think I know. Oh, here. You talk about this structure here. Up, down, up, and then eventually down. Yeah, like, you know, the chart, it doesn't repeat, but it does rhyme. But, yeah, every bit of price action is, of course, brand new. But it's definitely interesting to use, like, for example, the bars pattern indicator, or it's not an indicator, lol, it's a tool, bars pattern. So you can copy a piece of the chart and then overlay it on the current price action. About the RSI, I meant the trend line break and retest that you said, oversold to overbought. Oh, right, the psychology scenario. Break the trend line, retest it, oversold to overbought. I would still like a move down eventually, but we'll see if that happens now or not. Bit of a bounce here. Oh, Captain Gary. Gary is the coder. Gary, was it you that I spoke about the CVD indicator? Almost out of popcorn. Yo, Mark. Mark, it's like a cinema. Sitting on the couch, wifey or girlfriend or whatever next to him, watching some Elliott Wave analysis. No, I can't imagine wifey is there, but almost out of popcorn. Yeah, guys, I actually still need dinner, so I gotta end it. My fiance is gonna kick my ass here. Thinking of release. Yeah, it was you, Gary. We spoke in private as well about the indicator. But you know, it's all up to you what you want to do with it, right? It's your efforts and time. Oh boy. Hide user on this channel. Yes. Okay. And he's gone. Okay, so sorry for that, everyone. I didn't see it, of course. Almost out. I think I don't mind beta testing, making it. Then we have stop spamming. Pa 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 pa. He is out. Pretty good indicator as well. Yeah, it's whatever your strategy and plan is, right, for potential entries. But yeah, let's see. Message in Discord. Market structure changed on a 1 minute timeline. Let's see if it translates to the higher time frames. Yeah, it all starts on the 1 minute, right? Higher time frames give you more confidence compared to a 1 minute. But it all starts down there. Open interest is down a lot. Yeah, people got like kicked in their ass, right? Like these are typical stop loss type of moves, right? I mean, in general, an impulsive structure is like a stop loss cascade. Hi Koenz, my wife did a tati. Do you mean a tattoo? Or a tati? I don't know what a tati is. Hammer candle on the 4 hour. Yes. Quite a big one as well, on the 4 hour. But the 4 hour is not yet finished. How much time do we have left here? 1 hour still. So still a lot of time left. Trendline fake out we discussed this afternoon could still play out. Absolutely. Could also be a classic bump and run. Yup. But that is, of course... Wait, the bump and run is the other way around, no? What was that again? Bump and run. Oh, wait. Yeah, so that's the other way around, right? Then you expect... You have the trend line. It hits the trend line. It bumps from the trend line, goes back to the trend line, breaks it, and then moves down. But yeah, so then it goes the other way. So yeah, that's correct. I'm winning 4th time. Long, short, non-stop, 5 a.m. Let's go, Crypto Clodo. Get them in the profits. Hoppa. Good job, mate. QZ World. Oh my God. Where do you check order blocks? It's experience, really. Like, for example, on this time frame, 15 minute, you're in an uptrend. And then you have this one red candle in the middle of an uptrend. Order block, right? That's an order block in this case. We had another order block over here on the 5-minute, trending down, 5-minute green candle. I know mine are gray. Reaction, right? So yeah, it's like these, and you can find them on, like on the weekly, we also have an order block locally over here, right? Moving down, big candle. If we go back up, you can definitely expect some sort of reaction around this level. This is a weekly order block here. So, and if price would continue pushing, this is hypothetically, guys, right? It pushes, pushes, pushes. Then this red candle becomes an order block on the weekly. So you can find them on all time frames. RSI is garbage. Yeah, it's whatever people, of course, like to use. Ben TV, there he is, Benjamin. Everyone, please applause Benjamin for passing a 50K challenge and verification. Clap, 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 clap. He sent me the picture. These are for you, eh? Yeah, that's great, eh, dude? That's great. Watching Koenz. Wait, what's this? Ben TV, my friend. Look. I'm not even sure if you already profited from your 50K account, but already spending some of the stuff here. Wow, thanks, mate. What's this? First super sticker. I don't even know what this is. Is this a super sticker? This is the first time someone ever gave me a super sticker, so I actually don't really know what it is. Engage with your audience. Okay, it's not here. A super sticker. Thanks, man. I don't even know what this is. Probably some, like, a currency thing. But what's up, Ben? How you doing, man? Misha, Koen, dank je voor de update. Ik ben nog maar een paar weken actief op je kanaal. Maar jeetje, wat een topanalyse. Ik zal zeer spoedig in de gouden omgeving komen. Thanks, Misha. Je bent altijd welkom. Dankjewel. En yeah, Misha, thanks for also subscribing to the channel. You know, that's I value that a lot. So thanks everyone for joining, subbing. We also almost passed the 4,100 subs before I started. We were on 4,098. Mark Dutch, we need a mod in here. He's implying something. Holy shit, we're at 4,116 now. Wow, shocker. That's 20 subs during the live stream. That's insane. That's very, very rare that it happens on my, 4K subs. 20 subs in one stream is absolutely nuts. Thanks everyone, like the past 20 subs. Thanks for clicking that button. And of course, all the other 4K subs, 41K subs. Thanks for staying here. My view, hi Koenz. When is the Elliott Wave training video will make? Yeah, so I'm actually now actively working on it after my holiday. So it's in the works. Man, I'm going to be so excited once it's online. So I can't give you an estimation, though. It takes some time. But I think like in October. Onto BK, if it continues down here, we have hidden bearish divergence on the 4 hour. Could be a triangle in the last wave. Yes, well, in the medium time frame. Wait, 4 hour? Yes. I mean, triangle on the 4 hour would be this, right? Like, that's correct. Triangle, which is this scenario. We're close to invalidation, but we didn't hit it. This is the final resistance I have before invalidation. So, for example, right? This is when things start to get interesting. If price would range a bit, go to the downside, and then return back up, creates bearish CVD divergences with this high. Could be interesting, right? Depending on how the waves form, for then a move down, which could be very big because it could be the end of the triangle scenario. But it's still like we need more time because currently we're just bouncing on the golden pocket, right? I told you, golden pocket 786, interesting. Still got bullish CVD divergences here at least, but this is on the left side and the right side of the high. So preferably wait for CVDs to form here on the right side of the high and see if they're going to be bullish or bearish. Where are you from? I'm from the Netherlands, Gouda. It's a gift. Thanks, man. That's the first sticker gift I ever got. I had one super, or was it a donation? I don't know, like €2 someone. And this is the first sticker. That's cool. Daniel Thens, there you go. Hi Koen. Daniel recently joined as a silver member. Happy to be able to catch part of a live. Keep up the great work. What's up, Daniel? How you doing? There he is, indeed, one of the newer members. And there is another new member. I have no idea who got it. Gifted 1 Koenz Trading memberships. Oi, I didn't know this was a thing. Okay, it's almost like Twitch now. Ben TV is pressing all the buttons. Ben, man, chill. Thanks, Ben. Appreciate it. And 21 million. Well, there you go. You're part of the silver crew now. 21 million. Please send me a message somewhere on Telegram or Discord because I need some of your stuff just to give you access to silver. Thanks to Ben TV. So it's like the updates and Silver Lounge. We have a separate chat and stuff. So, but Ben, man, keep your money in your pocket, eh? You're not there yet, eh? Having a 50K funded account, that's step 1. Step 2 is keeping the account and making profit, eh? Else I gotta pay you back. I'll give Ben TV a thing. But Daniel, how are you doing? By the way, Daniel, where are you from? Where are you Dutch? By any chance? Daniel Tons. Stoked to be enjoying such an informational live. Thanks, Gator J. Welcome being here. Thanks everyone for being here. We are above 100 viewers. Holy moly. Holy moly. What a day. What a day indeed, right? So for everyone that's new here, I know I'm chatting now and we're just observing price action, but if you want to check out the full analysis, go to like 50 minutes ago in the video and you'll see the whole thing from the high time frame to what we're looking for locally. So make sure to check that out. And of course, then more locally here, target box resistance has been hit. Important resistance here. In general, target boxes are important support, resistance, and resistance. So that's brilliant. And now it's just about observing the reaction and see what happens, right? See what happens. I would always I would always enjoy seeing some bearish CVD eventually. Amsterdam. Ja, ik woonde ook in Amsterdam. I used to live in Amsterdam for 4 years, I think, 4 years. Because of my medical study, I moved to Amsterdam because that's where I got the topsport status. That's something very Dutch, everyone. So I got a topsport status, but I could only get it at the university in Amsterdam. So I moved to Amsterdam, attended the University of Amsterdam to get my topsport status, which is like a special status for all the English people here, not Dutch ones. It's a special status where, because of your your very high level in a sport category, and then you get free from school to attend all your sport stuff. So that's why I studied in Amsterdam, and I studied medicine. And I also lived there with my fiance. We now live in Gouda though. But okay, Daniel, also Dutch. Daniel Tons. There we go. If anyone knows how to remove my last name from my YouTube profile, please let me know. Perhaps, you have to go to Studio. You have to go to YouTube Studio. Then you go to Customize. I don't know, I have the English settings. So I actually helped a friend with me with this recently. Customize, basic info. So over here, you click on this icon, customization, no? And then you go to basic info, I don't know, the third header. So you first of all go to your studio, which if you click here, and then you have studio somewhere, right? Click on the Tover stuff, customization, basic info, this is your name, and this is your handle, right? and then some other stuff if you want to put on other stuff. So, oh, 21 million. This is the mail you need to give me your info, but just write me. I'll explain everything. Or click on the join button below the live stream, because I also explain at the end of that video what to do, but I can also just message you, because I need your, if you have Discord, I need your Discord name. If you're already in Discord, you can ping me as well, but also your Telegram name if you want to join the Telegram groups. Instagram if you want to join Instagram, and your YouTube, but in a mail. So I'll explain. Just send me a message somewhere. How can I? You can join my Discord by clicking on the link in the description. It says Discord group or Discord, and you can just click there. It's public to everyone, but if you have a new Discord profile that's younger than 3 days, you'll be auto-banned. So I'll unban you personally because it's against spammers. Teaching us how to fish. Yeah, Big Red Loop, you're gonna eat loads of fish now, man. Loads of fish. I tell all my buddies to go to your YouTube and Discord if they want rational objective TA. Thanks, man. I appreciate you like telling others about the channel and Discord, and thanks for hanging out here for quite a while already. Hey Gator, I don't exactly know how long you've been here because I don't think you have the amount of months subbed in the comments when you comment somewhere. I don't think I can see the red button. I'm not sure, but thanks, man. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Alpha Spark. Sorry, I'm not watching live, so I just heard about funding challenge. Yeah, Ben TV. Google the question. Google knows, or ChatGPT maybe even. Koenz, I have 3 new tests. You mean you passed 3 new ones, or you're doing 3 new ones? Is gaming a sport? Well, officially, so that's the thing. I was the first esports athlete. I was the first esports athlete in the Netherlands to receive a professional sports status. Is esports a sport in the Netherlands? No. But somehow I managed to get it by, networking, and eventually we got there. It took a lot of effort to combine medicine with my study, or my medical study with my esports career. So I was the first one to get that status in the Netherlands. So yeah, that was quite an honor. So many pictures of myself. Top sport status. 2017, it's 6 years ago. And how time flies. So it's not a sport. It still isn't. But my network nowadays, especially after the top sport status, but also already just before, I have quite a big network in the NOC-NSF and sports. I know the director very well, Anneke van Zane. She's the director of NOC-NSF, which is the National Olympic Committee. So network helps, but yeah, it took a while. What also helps nowadays, I'm a board member of the Global Esports Federation. We have 151 member federations. We work with parties around the globe. So you can find more info here if you want to know. globalesports.org. So over here, got our next championship coming up over here. Pan American Championships, our Global Esports World Championships are going to be in Riyadh in December. So that's where I'll be. And you'll find information about the organization. So, yeah, governance. So over here we have moi, Koenz. No? So this is over here. That's moi. It's interesting, no? Interesting. What? Please check the 5-minute chart. Almost reached wave 3. Yeah, I'm patient here on the 5-minute. We're now ranging on the golden pocket 786. Some bullish divergences, but that's with the left side. Preferably you'll see it on the right, but we do have bullish divs here. So I'm patient, you know, but preferably you want to see either bullish or bearish diffs on the right side. So if you start to see bearish diffs, those, you know, important. But at the moment, we don't. Higher low, lower low, bullish divergences. But you know, it can still be some sort of an ABC. That's not the right button. This one. Oh. I will have the best day. Easy peasy. Thanks, Gator J, man. Have a good day yourself as well. I don't know if he, like... Oh, no, he's still here. If this triangle plays out... Well, Koenz called it KG. KG was the first, like... So, of course, like, you think about scenarios all the time. But the first one that actually posted it, even before I put it in a video, was KG. So that's why the name KG is in the triangle scenario that I have. So I don't know how long ago, but that's why if I open the triangle scenario, it says KG. Because I like, look, and I say this sometimes more, I say this more often, just right. I just happen to be that guy that makes the videos. But there's many other people that are very, very good in Elliott Waves. And whenever they come up with like a scenario I either didn't yet think of or didn't have, or, you know, they think of something which is relevant and it's a good thing, right? I always say, yo, this is, you know, I don't take the credits. Of course, I probably would have came up on the same scenario, right? I forgot if I was at least thinking about a triangle or not, but I know that KG posted it in the group first. So that's why KG is here. Credits to him, no? So yeah. That's why already for many videos his ass is on the screen. That's how we do here. I just, look, we're just a team. We all try to make profit. We all try with Elliott Waves to figure out what's the highest probability scenario. And I learn from you as much as you learn from me in some way. Like I always check the chat in Discord and see what people are writing in case there's something going on. So yeah. And now I try for 150k. Whee! There he goes. Good job, my friend. I hope you make it, the 150k. Beast mode engaged, exactly. We'll check after the stream when you finally have dinner. Yeah. Yeah, okay, I need to end it. Let's quickly go through this. Oh, wait, I saw a very big blue thing, but I haven't seen it yet. Try to get funded one day. I think in Diamond, or yeah, I would try a funded. That could be fun. It like there is pressure when I would try a funded and I'd make content about it. There's mindset wise, there's extra pressure. So I won't be surprised if I would then fail just because the pressure of opinions and, you know, I have a solid strategy. I know it's profitable. I have a lot of data, but it's the psychology that will then wreck you. And that's the thing, right? But it can be interesting to do like a thing. Was it a funded challenge? Any CVD on the 4 hour? Well, there is bearish CVD between the two previous highs, but not at the moment with this. So there's CVD between these two, but not here. And this is the most recent low. So preferably you're going to see bearish ones here. Look, low, low. So not yet with the high. On blue, it's just missing out. I love this channel. Thanks, man. Yo, what a crazy year this has been. Thanks to all of you subbing to the channel and appreciating the content and enjoying what you see. And I'm still, you know, it's still a bit weird for me sometimes to or let it sink in because everything happens so quick. And I actually wrote on Telegram, like people mentioned, like two people were very grateful on Telegram in the lounge, And they wrote a nice comment. And then I said, so of course I say, we chat a little bit, la di la la. And then I also explained, like, it's not always easy to make videos outside trading and speaking, because I'm a keynote speaker, or the risk of being wrong with my scenarios while many people are watching creates extra pressure, right? I also sometimes press record 10 or 20 times because I'm not happy with the recording, or I make a speaking mistake, and then I restart the recording. And that's sometimes that's also the reason why my videos actually are online after 7 a.m. or p.m. or after 1 p.m. because maybe that's a bit of perfectionism. But it's, I like to provide solid, good content, good speaking, clear, and sometimes it takes some tries. But thanks for everyone here. I want to join your Discord. You can. It's below in the chat is the link. Doing 3 new tests. Good luck, man. Big, big, big. The triangle. Yeah, I mean, I actually just opened it, funny enough. What video game did you play? Trackmania. I know Ruud Gullit. Yes, I know Ruud Gullit as well. With Team Gullit, he does very well. And his dude won the E-Championships. E-Champions League. Do we sub through YouTube to get in Discord? No. It's just, I don't even like, if you go to a video, wait, let me just post it. If you want to join Discord, let me just get the link here. Ben TV. I better like quit the stream because Ben TV is gonna spend all his hard-earned money. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Thanks so much. This guy, he's popping. Do we sub through? Okay, we love you. The volume for a triangle. Yeah, that's the thing. The problem is the volume. The volume is higher in E now compared to D, which is what I don't like to see. But that's also why, we have a clear validation. First of all, there's also still bullish CVD divergences going on here. And we have other scenarios, but I covered all these scenarios and the probabilities as well at the beginning of the stream, because the triangle does not look great when you look at the volume, right? This is not what you want to see in a triangle. It could be nicer for like a WXY scenario. That would be nice, but then I'd be looking for higher, at least taking this high. Paulo Lobo. You're the best. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. It's like, look, it's actually quite difficult to say your appreciation through a screen because, oh boy, do I appreciate your messages, you guys being here, chilling here on this Thursday night. But it's not easy, as I suppose someone on the other side, to show that appreciation besides just saying thank you, I appreciate it, which sounds so lame, you know what I mean? But it's true. And you can also see you can see the smile on my face, I suppose. So oh, that one. CVD divergence on the week. Oh yeah, but I don't use CVD on a weekly. 4 hours is already maxing it for me. But the weekly, I don't because it's not that relevant. Local CVD is always most relevant. So the CVD on the lower time frames, especially 5:15 to like an hour, 5:15, 30, 1 hour, that's the most relevant. Because even on the weekly, it could show bearish or bullish divergences. But if locally you have the opposite divergences all the time, those are more relevant. The future is crazy. What? Yo, Big K, are you in Discord? I'm interested to watch this. I'd love to keep an eye on this. Strong sell pressure remains despite the general market. 514 billion. That's a crazy amount. One day I will let you come and meet me. Where you're from, Ben? I'll join you. Seems like a way 3. You play Trackmania? Yes, you can find like lots of content online. I participated in the World Championships and yo, I know. It's not like 40 million like Dota, okay? But hey, in 2013, where is it? It's still good money as a side job, right? Next to your studies. So I got third Paris Games Week, World Championships. Trackmania 2 Stadium. Electronic Sports World Cup. Big boy money. Trackmania. I see a WXY in this push, yes. That's something I'm like, the thing is like, look, this can A, B, C, or this can be like 1, 2, 3, eventually 4, 5, which can be the first impulse of a zigzag of a bigger wave Y. But yeah, level by level. The analysis quality is what brought us. The human quality is what makes us stay. Yo, I need to like Ave in Moville. That is an incredible quote. Wait, I want to screenshot this. Wow. There we go. Let me put that somewhere. That's... Oh, sorry. I just screenshotted it. You saw my face instead. I just screenshotted and cut this. That's very kind of you. The analysis quality is what brought us here. Thanks, man. Speech time near its effect. Speech time near its effect? I don't know. I've never played Trackmania. I only know from shortcut videos on YouTube. Yeah, you've probably seen friends of mine play, like other pros or other friends of mine. Carl Jr., Karyan, Virtual, Massa. There are many haters in the world. People forget to thank those who help others. From Brazil. What's up, Paulo Lobo? Brazil. Rio de Janeiro. Actually, my grandma went to Rio, and I was at my grandma last weekend, and she showed me pictures of her trip there. So, we played... Wait. Huh? Did we play together sometimes? You're kidding me. I don't know. What's your in-game name? Like, write me in Discord. I have no clue. Sao Paulo. I see. Ben TV, thanks for being here and all your contributions, man. Appreciate it. Have a good night, eh? Have a good night. Israel. Have a good night in Israel. Sleep well, man. Yeah, I know. Links don't show in YouTube. You can DM me on Discord. You're cute, but I need my charts. I know, right? I will see this later. Okay, everyone. Look, if you guys keep talking, I can't leave, and I gotta spend time. We need to spend time with the fiance and have dinner, talk about the wedding that's coming up in March, because we have some wedding stuff to do. I don't want to leave her alone and do everything, right? That would be very bad. So you guys, you know what I'm looking for. If you're here and you just arrived, make sure to go back to the more like the beginning of the video, because a big portion is the analysis. We've done local time frame, micro, low time frame, medium time frame, high time frame, even all the way to the daily. So it's time for me to have some food, dinner, talk about the wedding, chill, go to bed, because tomorrow at 7 a.m. in the morning, there's another update. Of course, as you probably know, it's more like between 7 and 7:15 a.m. But I try, right? I try. So, cool. Hey, man, why, Andy? At the end of my video, I'm like closing the video. I'm like ready to move on. And look at Andy. He pops in right at the end. What's up, Andy? How you doing, man? How are you doing? I googled best Elliott Wave theory analysis on YouTube and you came up. Wow. I mean, if that would be a great compliment. But how are you doing, man? Good to see you around. Good to see you around. Thanks for being here. Andy coming in right at the end. Right at the end. I'll pop in a live stream of yours soon, okay? When are you live again, Andy? You go live tomorrow? Are you going live tomorrow? Where's my phone? Oh. I'm like the type of guy that's a very silent viewer. I like also on Twitch and stuff. I never really write. When are you going live? I was thinking now. Well, can you do the same on YouTube as you can do on Twitch, that you like bring the viewers to another channel, or is that not possible? Like you can host. Okay, well, likely tomorrow. I'll make sure to check the notifications that I get on my phone for tomorrow. Mark, mate. Yo, hi, bro. Darius. Shit, man, that's been a while. Darius, how you doing? Darius Paju. What's up? Yeah, Andy is great. Eh? I agree. And what I like is, look, he's not, it's like not a moon boy, right? He's mindset neutral, like neutral. Yeah, up, down, different TA, and then probabilities, right? And then a certain scenario, potentially trade there. But he has what I really enjoy in general, but also with Andy, is the calm way of talking. Just calmly talking, doing the analysis, explaining everything, taking the time, which I think is very valuable. I don't like, everyone knows the Moon Boys. There's no valuable information in those videos. So, but Andy has a more calm and solid way of explaining price action, which I enjoy watching. And he uses some other stuff that I don't use as well, which is always interesting. So, okay. If you don't know Andy, make sure to check out his channel, right? You can just click his name. So, okay, Andy, I'll probably then see your ass tomorrow. I'll see you in the stream tomorrow. I gotta go. I got it now. It's because of Andy I'm still here, right? If he didn't pop in right at the end, I was literally ready to say bye, but there he is. I know. Oh man. Thanks, man. We'll chat. I'll see you tomorrow. Andy. And we'll chat tomorrow. I'll hop in your live. So everyone, I wish you a great night, morning, afternoon, wherever you live in the world. Thanks for being here. Thanks for everyone subbing as well. It's pretty insane for the channel to have so many, I think 20 subs in one stream. Absolutely nuts. So thanks for being here or coming here. Hope you enjoyed. You want to see the analysis? Go to the beginning of the video. Big portion of the analysis with my expectations, also locally. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow at 7 a.m. once again, right? See you then. Bye-bye.